everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Praise. Today I wanted to share a little, I guess, one of the entries in this 101 Ways to Relax and Reduce Stress by Candy Paul. It's another book that I found on my mom's bookshelf. I actually have one other one of these somewhere in one of my wherever my devotionals and all my books like these are. So I'm hoping to get through that today. Real quick, I watched this video today on decluttering, and if I can find it, and I remember because I can't remember the lady's name, but she was talking about decluttering and making room for the blessings that God has for you, and how we tend to hold on to a bunch of stuff that we no longer need, whether it's stuff that clothes that we think we're going to wear again, or old drawings from people, kids, or different things that we don't need. And if we're not gonna, if you're not a scrapbooker, you probably should just get rid of the stuff. Or, this is her idea. Now, the one thing that struck me most out of all of that was the clothing, because I tend to keep and hold on to a lot of stuff because I think, oh, I'll probably wear it again. Did that when we moved here. I got rid of so much stuff before we moved because we were moving from a 2-bedroom mobile home that actually had an extra addition, like closed-in porch on there, but it's kind of like another room. And we moved into a 1-room cabin. So it's a huge difference in space. So we did get rid of a lot of things, and we still have a lot of stuff. And a lot of the stuff that we have is clothing. Some stuff is things that people have given me. Some stuff I've just had forever that I really liked at the time that I just don't wear anymore. But I think I'm going to wear it, so I save it. Some stuff didn't fit me, so I thought, well, when I lose weight, I'm going to fit into that again, and then I just don't go back and wear it. And then there's just random things that I have that I know I don't need. And so we've been... Excuse me. Jeez. We've been talking about this, me and my husband, about decluttering, and he's the same way with a lot of the clothes. We were talking about this today, and he has his baseball and basketball jerseys from high school. Now, we graduated in 1996, so that tells you how old those are. And so, there's some really cool things that people do with those, like turn old t-shirts into quilts and stuff like that, which is something that I've always thought about doing but never did it. And I thought, if we're not going to do it this time, we need to get rid of this stuff. So, and how she talked about it too was the idea that, we're making room for the blessings that God has for us. So like, okay, so let's say you're holding on to something. She's talked about clothing. Well, when I fit into that size again, I'll wear that. But how she explained it that really made me think, I guess, is get rid of it, because you're not going to wear it now. You can't wear it now. And when that time comes that you lose that weight or whatever, God will provide a way for you to get clothing then in the size that you need. And it's true, he provides everything. I think of some of the stuff that, like, I think I'm never going to have this again if I don't, hold on to it. So a lot of times I would get rid of it eventually. And then later on, if I really needed it again for some reason or something similar, he'd provide a way. And that was something I watched earlier today. And then when I saw this book, I thought, how am I going to learn how to relax and reduce stress when there's clutter everywhere? It doesn't make you feel relaxed or feel at peace when there's just so much going on around you. So that's one thing that we want to work on. And I have a cut on my finger. When my nail cut broke really short, and I just hit it on the edge of the book, and that really hurt. So I may share some of that decluttering. I don't know how much of it. I'll share something in the day in the life type of stuff, because I'd like to do I'll do each section of the cabin and maybe do it that way. or if I decide to do all of my clothes, my plan is, I saw this on a decluttering video, where she took all the clothes that she owned out and she threw them on the floor in her living room. Well, we don't have a living room, or like it's basically like a master bedroom size, or something like that. So I'll probably just throw all of it on top of the bed. And the reason for that, when I clean or when I declutter especially, that's what I do, because I know I have to go to bed eventually. I have to clean off that bed. And if I go pile it in a corner or somewhere, I don't have to deal with it. It can stay there, and it can stay there for months, and I won't touch it again. So if I put it on the bed, I have to go through it, and I have to do it. And so that's my goal. So I'm hoping that, throughout spring, we can do decluttering little by little. And I don't think it'll take us that long once we get started. It's just the getting started. So hopefully those will be in future videos. And all that, the reason why I share that is the same reason I need that space, because I want to have access to my books, access to some of my craft materials that have been put away in a box somewhere, behind something, or in the like it's like a makeshift closet type of thing. It's just a couple of shelves in facing each other that I have some of my books and some of my craft stuff in, but it's a real small, narrow space, and you can get in, but I have tubs on the bottom that have shoes and some clothes and some books. And so it's like, do I need all of this? Probably not. So those are my goals, and I will probably go through some of those books soon and share that as well, because there's some that I've never even read, and I've had them for over 2-3 years, and I don't know if I'll ever read them. Eventually, I mean, there's a little free library. I don't know if you guys have those in your towns, but my father-in-law and one of their friends built one out near our mailboxes, which is about less than a mile up the road, I believe. And it's always filled with books that people put in there. And I know I've done that before, but like I'm holding on to all these books that I have. And then when I find new ones that I really do want to read, or, add to my collection, especially Bibles, or Bible related materials, because I really want to get some commentaries and different things like that, and I don't have the room. And recently, now that we went to Roy, New Mexico for my niece's game, or games, it was a tournament, they had a free books in this corner. They were cleaning out, I guess, their library from their schools there, and they had some really neat books that I don't think I've ever read. A lot of them were from the 60s, 70s, 80s. I think there was a few newer ones, but most of them were older books, and I'll share that book haul, and you can tell me what you think of some of them if you've read them before. And they just looked interesting. I don't know if I'll keep them all, but if I don't keep them, I'll either put them in the free library, or there is a bookstore in Santa Fe and one in Albuquerque near my sister that you can trade in books for credit towards new books. So I kind of maybe do half for put in the free library, half over there, and eventually if there's some books that I have up that some of you may want to read, I might be able to do a giveaway and get those sent out to someone. So let me go ahead and read this, and let's see. The quote on the first page here: God gives us always strength enough and sense enough for everything he wants us to do, by John Ruskin. And then on the next page, they have a scripture from Matthew 11:28 in the NIV. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I love that scripture. It's one of the promises that I hold on to, especially because I struggle with rest. I struggle with relaxing. I struggle with dealing with stress and finding ways to de-stress, I guess, and just be able to sit and be. And hold on, my dog is spinning around in circles trying to find a comfortable spot, and yep, there, he found it. So All right, this is number 1, and it's called Check Your Attitude. How you think about your life can make a difference in how you experience life. If you always focus on what you don't have and what is wrong, you will create more stress through your frustration and negativity. Choose instead to focus on what's right and good in your life. A positive mindset helps you develop a lighter, happier attitude that cushions the bumps in the road. Set your intention to trust God instead of dwelling Set your intention to trust God instead of dwelling on negative circumstances. A trusting attitude opens the door for positive change. Now where am I at? I'm just going to read the second part over again. Set your intention to trust God instead of dwelling on negative circumstances. A trusting attitude opens the door for positive change, just as opening a window allows fresh air to circulate through a stuffy room. When you catch yourself complaining, exchange your complaints for praise and thanksgiving. And then the scripture is from Matthew 6:22. I'm going to read it from the ESV. The eye is the lamp of the body, so if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. And what they have in here is from the Message. Your eyes are windows into your body. If you open your eyes wide in wonder and belief, your body fills up with light. So share some of your ideas on how you have checked your attitude, and how you find and how you relax and reduce stress. And that's it for this video. I'll share more from this book eventually in other videos. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you on the next one. God bless you.